Last week on Outback House, it was a race against the elements to avoid disaster. With shearing washed out by savage storms, it looked as if they'd never get the wool off the sheep's back to sell at market. But with a final heroic effort, the golden fleece came in, and the chance for long-term success remained alive for everyone on the station. Welcome to Oxley Downs, a 19th century sheep station cut off from the modern world. Out here, a group of Australians, men, women and children, are living as squatter family, domestic servants and station workers. They're on their own, and just like the original pioneers, success or failure is entirely up to them. Join them as they take on the challenge of outback life for real in 1861. It's the week before Christmas, and on Oxley Downs, expectation is in the air. After 3 months of life in 1861, the 21st century pioneers are poised to take the final step in their remarkable journey through time. A journey that also includes their first bush Christmas.
I'm going to make a couple of little gifts up for the girls, for the 3 walk-on children. I'm making a kite. It's pretty windy out here at Oxley Downs. I might have a bit of fun with this. Something different for their Christmas tree.
Cocky, come here! Cocky, come here! Power!
And the long-awaited arrival of Ron the Bullocky means the final judgment for everyone on the station. After carrying our volunteers into the 19th century outback 3 months ago, the Bullocky is back to deliver their first wool clip to market, just as he would have done in 1861.
Attacking a man's neck.
Do you make it go a bit higher? Now the shear is gone. It's the girls' turn to shear.
They've shorn enough wool to fill 35 bales, but will it make enough money to ensure the station's future for another year? The price at market will soon tell.
Put her on again. Now.
Well, I'm writing my final letter for 1861 to my stock and station agent, Mr. Brown, who I'm expecting to visit us before Christmas, which is about 8 days away now. We've finished the shearing, thank God, and got all the wool baled up, and just a few bales left to ink finally. Also, because I think he's visiting us soon, I'm going to ask him to bring us a few things for Christmas, which should be nice.
I reckon you made a go of it, eh?
Yeah. We're doing all right.
You're looking well, mate.
Yeah, thanks.
You haven't changed since I last saw you.
Nah, not at all.
We've got a bit of wool to load, have we?
Yeah, with 35 bales.
Well, Paul, how are you?
Well, thanks yourself.
Good to see you.
And you.
How are you?
Hello, how are you?
Busy, yes, and you've been busy too, I hear.
Yeah, we've
You come in on hot days.
got a big
So I've come to pick them up.
We had lovely
bit of
cool
weight
weather
for
the
you.
last few days.
Lovely.
wait for the bullocks.
Good.
Okay, let's see if this works.
It's a busy time on Oxley Downs. While the men get ready to start loading, the girls and their governess are busy making Christmas presents for everyone.
Now we need to tie something around his waist.
In the 1860s outback, shop-bought Christmas presents were rare. Children often made their own toys. And peg dolls, just like these, were really popular.
Hey! Yay! Aha!
And in the kitchen furnace, there's little respite for cook Bridget.
Just have to finish making this salad. This is for tonight. Lunch is made. I'll just have to fry some croutons. Finish this off for tonight. And that's about it, actually. So after lunch is served, I'm a free woman for the afternoon.
During shearing, she worked in temperatures in the high 40s to feed 17 hungry men. Now she has just one day's grace before beginning the huge job of preparing the Christmas feast.
It's pretty hot today, so I might get to go for a swim in the dam if someone will take me up there. Or maybe I'll just go and sit over at the shearing shed and watch them load up the bullock tray. Anything's good. Just get out of the kitchen, really.
Outside, the December temperatures continue to soar as the men face a difficult task. They push the heavy bullock wagon into a low gully to create a natural loading dock.
So is that all we need? 3?
It's the only way to get high enough to manhandle these 250-pound bales onto the tray.
Got it. Come on, Dan. Got it. Oh, nicely done.
In the 21st century, this is a one-man job with a forklift. In 1861, it's a 12-hour ordeal of muscle, sweat, and patience for all the men, and Baldy the draft horse. While Julie records the action in true 19th century style, the girls watch from a safe distance. The children have been warned to keep back because with such heavy bales, an accident could prove fatal.
Come on, look, quiet, look. Ran a dam that way. Want them for? Thanks, Louis.
Be nice when we see you going over the hill, Ron.
Be nice if I get to the top of the hill.
Buggy.
4 tons of wool are lashed to the Bullockys' 19th century wagon. Now there's only one small hill standing between Oxley Down's first wool clip and the open plains to market. Disaster. The shaft connecting the bullocks to the wagon has snapped like a twig.
Whoa! Whoa, boy. Whoa!
Oh, no.
Now what? Ron the Bullocky doesn't carry an extra shaft.
Oh, well.
And in the 1860s Outback, there's no such thing as a spare parts store.
Well, you got a drill?
Yeah.
Brace and bit?
Yeah, hand
Auger?
Hand auger, yeah.
You got a week?
We've got a bit of time.
But the Bullocky can't hang around. If the wool doesn't get out today, it may never leave the station. Once again, the fate of the entire project is in the balance.
Hello.
We don't know whether
We've got to find out whether we've got a piece long enough. It needs to be about 14 foot. And it's got to be pretty tough, obviously. So we'll have a look through our timber pile.
The men find a piece of hardwood cut to build Overseer Peter's house. It's the right length, but much too thick to do the job. The pressure is on, and the only solution is the men's ingenuity.
So this should work pretty well then, Rob?
Figure out.
After hours of intense work, using new skills learned from months in the 19th century Outback, the men have done it. The new shaft is ready.
It's obviously
Done.
Happy with that? Lovely work, Ron. Beautiful.
Well done.
Lovely work. Well, that went forward.
Yeah, they'll be hard pressed breaking this one. That's for sure.
You know, 10 weeks ago, if this had happened, it would have been a huge problem, but now we'll just fix it, and that's exactly what we did. We've all built ourselves up to a level mentally and to a position where we're able to just say to ourselves, well, we can do this, we're all confident, we all know what we can do. It's not a big thing. We've got over bigger hurdles, we'll just fix it.
Right! Get up there! Right! Get up there, Tom! Get up there! Get up there! Get up there, Tom! Get up there, Tom! Get up there! Get up there!
Bloody almighty effort, mate. Thank you. You've got this. He's all flat going now.
Righto. No worries, mate.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you for your help.
Well done.
On our way.
Cheers.
Have a good trip.
Well done, Ron.
Exceptional effort. Bullocky.
Cheers, mate. Good job, mate.
Yeah, we got him. I know I'm sad to see you. Yeah. See you last year, but we'll see you next year.
See you, Ron.
See you, mates.
Soon the clip will be weighed and graded. Its final value should be known by Christmas Eve, just a few days away.
What a day. We finally got the bullocky out today, and it was all just getting pretty hard, you know, and it was pretty draining. But once again, we managed to pull through, and you know, great sense of relief, but also a great sense of accomplishment. So I think what we've done out here, we can all be very, very proud of. And I've got to say that I'm proud to work alongside every one of them. I am really tired, and I do feel a little bit run down physically. But we've done it, you know, we've done it. So just, yeah, fantastic, fantastic feeling.
I'd like
It all comes down to teamwork. We all have to work together, even if we're working separately. I know that makes no sense, but everyone has to do their bit and pull their weight and get on with their jobs and fulfil their tasks and duties and meet the expectations that are there in order that we can actually function as a group, as a squattocracy and as a community.
Hey!
Faith in community spirit and teamwork are at the heart of Squatter Alcorn's management on Oxley Downs. And like any ambitious squatter in 1861, he knows that keeping the community working together is the key to success.
What you don't want is somebody selecting the land all the way across here and then just taking in that water in the corner.
Yeah.
From January 1862, every white Australian had the right to buy Crown land for £1 an acre. The government's aim was to take the land away from the squatters and give it to small farmers called selectors.
The only question is who's going to select what?
Enlightened squatters held on to their properties by sharing ownership with family and trusted employees.
My opinion is probably that one, because I think that's going to be the hardest one.
On Oxley Downs, squatter Alcorn suggests the men select the best land with the water holes, which is what he would have done in 1861.
Thanks, everybody.
Cheers.
You are unbelievable.
Cheers.
Early the next morning, the volunteers collect the horses to finish their last big job on Oxley Downs. Jazz, Cammy, and JB have been vital to the survival of everyone on the station, just as they would have been in the 19th century Outback. And there's no way little Joe wants to be left behind.
This is the end of the laundry. It's a pretty interesting thing emotionally, because I'm glad that it's over, but I'm really going to miss this laundry. I'm going to miss my time scrubbing at this tub. I'm going to miss poking the coppers and stoking the fire, and the time that I've had in this laundry is just so precious. You know, it's a long, hard day in the laundry, but it's my job, and I've loved it. I've loved every minute of it, and I'm really going to miss working here in this laundry.
Well, I think if we use the broom, then it's not going to just run out or die. Do you think she had mice or?
At the end of 1861, the station hands would have taken their share of the great Australian dream of property and independence by mapping and marking the available land and submitting a detailed written claim to the Lands Office. It's a European process, of which Wiradjuri man Malcolm Burns wants no part.
I'll see you when you get back, fellas. All right, mate. Yeah. We'll hold down the 40s. I've been invited by Paul to join in and be a part of it, but I've decided that no, I'm not going to sort of get involved in the actual land selection, because it means that they're going to be putting some kind of title on the land, and it sort of gives them some type of ownership, where as I don't believe that that you can actually own the land. I belong to the land. It owns me.
In the mid-19th century, there were few detailed maps of the outback. Precise survey was the key to the squatters hanging on to their properties, as selectors rushed to grab their share of Crown territory.
Straight up through there.
But only white men had the right to select land.
In Mal's case, I have a sensitivity, I think, to his feelings, because this process of selection really was about the further taking of the land from his people. And I think Mal knows that too, and feels it.
I have. But if you can see up there, about halfway up, straight through, you'll see some little berries on it.
Yeah.
Can you see those little berries, everyone?
Can you see that? Yeah.
I have people ask me questions saying, how do you feel about people taking the land away from you? Well, how can you take the land anywhere? It's still here. You can't take the land away. You can take the people away from the land, but you can't take the land away from the people. You can't take the land anywhere. It's always going to be here. And our spirits are always going to be here. But every time they drive a fence post into the ground, it's like they put a splinter in my soul.
Righto.
So
We're going to go back now?
Yep.
Yeah, right, let's go back.
In the men's quarters, the business of selecting gives way to the business of giving.
Yeah, just south of Dubbo.
In the 1860s, station hands on remote outback properties usually made Christmas toys for the children.
The first gully you go through.
Awesome. No, it's not that hard. And it's French pennies for Portia and lilies for daisies for Perrette.
Oh, okay.
You got to keep it a secret.
Big hush.
I'm doing a Christmas cards, drawing one for each of the members. It's 5.5 days when we walk out of here. It's quite an unusual feeling. There's a feeling of, oh, we're going now and we're releasing and we're going to get on with our lives. But also of losing the friendship or the relationship that's been built here. For myself, I'm not unhappy to go. I won't cry, as some people said they will cry. I've satisfied my curiosity, and I think I'm quite fulfilled. I think my children had their history lesson well and truly.
Christmas is just days away, and despite the heat, Bridget wants everyone to feel the Yuletide spirit.
So we've got a Christmas pudding, and that's going to be for our Christmas Eve dinner. That's going to be our special dinner. And that'll be served hot. And I'm going to heat some brandy and light it and pour the flaming brandy over the pudding. I want to do all of this because it's Christmas and because people are going to love it. And yeah, it's just part of that whole Christmas feeling, that Christmas spirit. It's what you do at Christmas time, isn't it? This is my gift. This is my gift for everyone.
Where our mother laid her baby in a manger for lovely. Mary was that mother bird. Very good child.
Whoa.
He came down to heaven. Who is God and Lord of all, and his shelter was a stable, and his cradle was a store. See this megawatt cake. Meek and lowly lived on earth, a Saviour holy.
That's all?
That's all. Good work, Princess Fiona.
Was that perfect?
Right?
Absolutely
Is it?
sensational. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Squatter Alcorn finds the most important letter of the last 3 months. Stock and Station Agent Augustus Brown is sending his financial traveller to make a final judgment on Oxley Downs.
Not a good Englishman, Mr. Veal.
The traveller will bring Squatter Alcorn's accounts and appraise the wool clip. Final financial judgment is at hand.
Mr. Veal will have the final weight of our clip.
Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Everyone will walk out of Oxley Downs on Boxing Day. The feeling of enormous personal achievement is in the air. It's the day of reckoning, and the people of Oxley Downs are preparing the station for a very important visitor.
We've got Mr. Vill coming this morning, who's coming on behalf of the stock agent. So we're having just a general clean up, or tidy up. So yeah, just making sure it's all looking spick and span. And if he sees that everything's, you know, in the ideal place and everything's set out right, then it's going to impress him. Come on.
So would our 21st century pioneers have survived in 1861? How will they stack up against their original forebears of the mid-19th century? Making that judgment is Simon Vill, a professor of economics and a specialist in the role of stock and station agents in Australia's pastoral history. As the stock and station agent's financial traveller, it's his job to give an accurate and critical assessment of Squatter Alcorn and to judge the future success or failure of Oxley Downs.
Come on, Joe. Mr. Veal, I presume.
Very pleased to meet you.
And to meet you as well. How are you, sir?
Good to meet you. Fantastic.
Good.
It's been quite a long journey.
You found your way okay?
Yes, that's, I used the map, which was quite helpful. So
that's good. I hope it was better than the one we came in with. Looks like a nice quiet horse, sir.
He's pretty relaxed, actually. He was looking for another horse just now, I think.
Oh, all right.
Now he's found one, he should be quite happy.
Oh, God, what happens if he doesn't bring food? No, he will. We'll have potatoes for Christmas. Oh, well. I think the only thing she's going to leave out is maybe the alcohol.
Bridget and Louisa needn't worry. Simon Vill is laden with enough Christmas fare to satisfy even the most hungry eyes.
Lovely, thanks very much. Too easy. There we go.
Too easy, yeah. The drive that does it.
It's fair right in, isn't it?
It is. So these are all provisions.
Wow.
It's waiting a minute.
Hams, I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we got?
I don't know.
I think it's oranges?
And
Possibly.
I've got potatoes.
Tomatoes? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is Peter Gordon.
Pleased to meet you.
Here, Mr.
Fantastic.
Simon Veal.
Pleasure.
Bernard Kennedy, our very good shepherd.
Pleased to meet you. Great.
Pleased to meet you, yes.
I was very pleased to see your sheep on the way in. They look in good condition and most of them shorn, so that was great.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 90+%
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, fantastic.
95+%.
Right. All right, well,
Nice to meet you. Talk to you later.
In 1861, as the eyes and ears of the investing banks, Simon the Traveller would have wanted to know how everyone on Oxley Downs would contribute to the long-term future of the station.
Show you the garden, which is, you haven't met Dan yet.
No, that's...
He's started as a shepherd.
Okay. So you had 2 shepherds to start with, I believe.
We did, yeah, but Dan has reverted to a more suitable role for himself, which is, you know, as the gardener and the dairyman and the chicken man. So.
And do you feel you're generally pretty happy with the way the staff have handled the challenges of the new...
Oh, delighted.
Yeah, no, good.
Marvellous group.
Good. Should we have a little look around at some of the other buildings as well?
Let's go.
Yeah, it's certainly...
As part of his tour, Mr. Vill asked Bernie to show him the legendary sheep wash.
Yeah, we put a sheep in here, and he remains there, and
the sheep up that end see this sheep and they run to this sheep.
Yep.
We've got planks at the bottom of the water, not to muddy up our water.
Yep.
Designed and bush engineered by the men, it proved to be an effective and efficient way to clean the wool on the backs of over 1,350 sheep.
I mean, if your group of people can build something like this, then that augurs well for other improvements you can do on the property.
Oh, you know, each time we build things, we are getting better. You know.
That's it. That's the last thing I'll ever cook in this oven.
It's cool. You're going back home. And you can cook in a really good oven. Stupid. I hate that oven.
I think maybe I'm a bit of a softie. I'm looking forward to going back, but I'm going to be sad to leave. For sure.
In financial terms, Squatter Alcorn's task was to run the station as a true 19th century business. His spending was meticulously monitored, down to the last penny.
Come and join us. Come and join us. You were very interested in the wool clipper. It's only fair.
He could only make a profit by selling wool.
The overall impression of AJ Brown at this stage is that things have gone well, and you know I think that's a you know a big plus for everyone involved in the station. The total clip was £9,407. Fantastic. Which is higher than everyone expected, I gather. And
It's a remarkable result, due entirely to the hard work of everyone on the station.
And you know, I would say, congratulations, well done. How do you feel about it?
Thank you. Oh, it's definitely good news.
It is.
And we're all, wanting to be optimistic, but that's sort of above our probably top expectation, which is great.
Oh, it was.
In 1861, the top price for merino wool was in London at around 23 pence a pound.
So the question then for us is, where should the wool be sold?
The price in Melbourne or Sydney would have been less than London, but they would have been paid cash quickly.
Either that the wool be
The
sold
London
in
sale could have been worth well over £600, a huge amount of money at a time when the average wage was around £2 a week.
I think it's probably worth taking the risk on London. I don't know.
You've got it,
After taking out their expenditure, the men would have made a healthy profit. And so the answer is clear. Oxley Downs would definitely have been a successful sheep station in 1861. The volunteers have not only survived the 19th century, they've done a lot better than many of the original pioneers.
Okay, thank you, son. Okay. Sale in London.
You know, I'm pleased and pretty proud of what I've done, and what the blokes I've had to work with, how we've worked together. And we built a sheep wash, and none of us had ever done that. And then we mustered the sheep and we washed them, and then we did the shearing. Also, we built a Pete's house. None of us have done that. So when you think back on all that we've achieved, it's a pretty mammoth effort, really.
Well, I will report back to Mr. Brown. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Enjoy Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too. Okay, lovely to meet you, Paul. All the best for Christmas, and I think you're doing a great job here.
Yeah, just head up that hill.
Okay, thanks.
Follow that road.
I suppose there's two measures of success. One is how we feel about each other, and the other is the economic success. The economic success is it's a question of, hey, we got a good clip. That's what it came down to at the end of the day.
Who wants food? Come and get it now. Start at this end.
And in terms of the community success, I think I feel it's there. There's a warmth and an understanding between people.
The pumpkin bowl. They really, I think we might have to do seconds tonight. I loosened my corset especially.
We feel very much for each other, and hopefully we'll take those relationships out and they'll form a bond for us for years to come.
This is beautiful, Bridget.
The night before Christmas. And as the blistering heat turns into a cool evening, everyone celebrates their triumph with Cook Bridget's last meal on Oxley Downs. A stunning Yuletide feast.
A toast to Bridget.
To Bridget.
To Bridget.
Definitely.
To everybody. And a Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Cheers.
Oh, it's light.
December 25, 1861, and it's hot. A typical scorching bush Christmas day. The first in the Outback for many of our 21st century pioneers.
Good morning, everybody, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mel.
Merry Christmas, mate. Brother.
I just sleep.
Slept like a log.
Me too.
Headaches on the porch.
A bush Christmas of the mid-19th century was not the consumer frenzy it is today. It was more about family, and children were not showered with presents.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
This is from Adam, Mal, and I. If you all want to.
Merry Christmas, you little angels.
No, it's from underneath. Get in there, Bush.
How's the wrapping, isn't it?
What?
Turn it up.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
There's that one.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
That's really quite amazing.
This is the coolest present I've ever got.
This living together of 15 people in a very close-knit group has brought out very deep emotions. Receiving something that has a lot of thought in and giving something that had a lot of thought to create it, and seeing the reaction on the person's face and the tears and the smiles. And Persephone said it's just the best Christmas she's ever had and the most memorable. And then Portia said, I have a speech.
And I'm doing the butterflies on it.
Everyone in Oxley Downs, the Christmas has been great and everyone is happy. Everyone has lasted, and a few weeks ago I thought everyone else would go. I will miss everyone very much, and I will think
of you.
Love, Portia.
That's lovely.
So nice. I'm going to miss you too.
Come on, Portia.
Leaving tomorrow is going to be very emotional.
Yes, you do.
For everybody. I think we'll go back to our 2004 personas. And we'll have great memories, but we'll probably never be quite the same again.
It's been the adventure of a lifetime. 3 months of unscripted drama in nature's unpredictable outback.
Boxing Day, 26th of December 1861. Up at 5:30 a.m. to the noise of Claire having a discussion with Molly about entering the kitchen. Bernie is raking the hay out at the front of the house. Hopefully the fire is being lit because I need a coffee quite badly. Fiona and Russell are watching the sunrise and the family are fast asleep. We need to wash up all the glasses and tidy the house before we go. The flies are up and it is sticky, so it will be hot. There is so much to do, so I will dress quietly and help clean up. Dan has arrived to help as well. I shall leave this place with memories that are both happy and sad. This has probably been the most emotionally traumatic roller coaster ride I have ever been on with my children. Maybe next year will bring a new adventure. Happy New Year, Julianne Alcorn.
It's over. Time to say goodbye. In just a short time, the unique community that is Oxley Downs will be no more. After 3 months of hardship and triumph, everyone will be scattered around the country from Brisbane to Perth, back to leading their normal 21st century lives.
Thank you for having us here for our wedding.
It was lovely. Thanks for having me.
Wagons roll. Come on, guys. You're making me cry.
Adam's doing me second.
Oh, the down. Rock me down.
And Monty's here?
What is he?
I found leaving incredibly difficult. It was really upsetting, just standing on that hill and looking back. It was beautiful but awful at the same time, because it just marked the end of an incredible experience.
When I look back on the first couple of weeks at Oxley Downs, I kind of look back on it with a bit of embarrassment. Because I was so fragile. I don't know that I would have been as fragile if I hadn't been left on my own in a paddock at the outset.
I can honestly say the novelty has worn off. I can't think of any reason why I would want to stay here. I can't. I'm trying to look on the positives, but I just want to go home.
But I did manage to stay on and actually complete the Oxley Downs experience.
champion!
And I think I drew a lot of strength from actually wanting to make the people back home proud, you know, showing that, you know, I can do it too. Just because I'm gay doesn't mean I can't do these things. So I think I could probably handle anything that was chucked at me now.
I saw that correct.
Very rare people that have actually lived in the past, which no one can really do as we have done. So personally, that's it's pretty rewarding to have done it and to have done it successfully.
Yeah, the experience has certainly changed my life. Yeah.
Leaving Oxley Downs was a really hard thing to do because we'd had so many great times there. You know, it was an amazing experience, and to turn around and walk away, it was bizarre because you can't go back there again. Now that I've been through everything that I went through out there, I'm eager to get out there and really put forward the things that I learnt and to try and get that kind of job satisfaction that I had when I was at Outback House.
No, he's not under me.
What you've got to think about is we lived it. We actually lived 1861. It was three-dimensional to us. We couldn't go home. Get up! Get up! We had to stay there with all these people, with all these personalities, and it was one of the deepest things I've ever done. I've never been involved with a group of people like that before. The thing was, when I left Oxley Downs, it was a bit of a relief to get out of there, get out of the fishbowl. But as time goes on, my thoughts and feelings are getting stronger and stronger about what took place out there. And I think about it every day. I can't explain how I feel. I'm trying to get it out, but I can't explain how I feel about it. It's just made such an impact on my life, more than I thought it would, because, like I said, when I got out, beauty, done. But it's, I wish it'd go away, but it won't go away.
This is where I lost both feet.
What I've learned about myself is that I probably am mentally tougher than what I probably give myself credit for. Just out there, you have to be a lot more compassionate and considerate and a lot more selfless, being that you're living in a close-knit community. Feel good?
That's cool.
As opposed to the fast-paced life here in Sydney, sometimes you can just get caught up in your, your own wants and needs and, meeting deadlines and so forth. But out there, you're considering the whole community. So I think that was, I've sort of brought that back with me.
Yeah, how about a nice lamp?
That enhanced my spirituality, I think, being out there. We're different. I prefer to be down here with me little Humpy, doing my thing. I can just get up and go walk about when I want to. It just gave me a really strong feeling and connection with the land. And yeah, one of the great experiences of my life.
That's it. That's it. I think that being at Oxley Downs was like the catalyst for change for me. I am capable of a lot more, and it seems a little ridiculous really that I tie myself down to a job that I'm not particularly happy in order to pay a whopping great big mortgage on a fairly small house in the middle of the city. I feel quite trapped in a way now after being there, which is odd because the one thing that I worried about was that I would be feeling trapped being at Oxley Downs, but I never felt that way at all.
Yeah, it was definitely a pretty strange way to start married life.
you know, travelling back in time and getting married in the pouring rain on the veranda, was definitely a pretty odd way to do it. But I think, you know, that's sort of how we both like to live life. We sort of like to do things our own way, and it was sort of, for us, it was perfect.
It was just an experience that you knew while you were there that you'd cherish it for kind of the rest of your life, and the sense of community, I think, that you felt when you were out there was something that really caught me by surprise.
I miss Molly, the cow. I miss Cammy, Jasmine, Little Joe, JB, all the horses.
I mostly look back on it fondly. Sometimes I look back on it like, why did I do that, or how come that happened? But I feel pretty cool that I've been there and done that, and people don't even know what I've done and what everybody went through. So yeah, this feels pretty cool.
Well, my mum did shout a lot more when she was out there. My dad didn't really change, but he did play the game straight.
I thought I was a very open, fun-loving... Oh, that's good. Come here. Like lots of people. This is the one that Nanny fiddled with. Person. She didn't fiddle with the other one.
That one.
Turn it around. And I do like lots of people. But my space and my time is most important to me. So that Paul enjoyed everyone. So we're quite different in that respect. But that's why we get on, because we're different.
I might take my trousers off.
I am the same. I am the same. I just am a stronger person, I think. You don't think so?
Oh, you are done.
Don't go through, you'll disappear.
Careful, careful.
The happiest times of your life are probably when you're with people that you love and you're happy with and you get on with. And they're probably the best times when you look back at them. Those 3 months worth of memories are priceless. It's not just a memory, I mean, we are our memories, we are what we've experienced. And it was a great experience, so you know, I'll take that with me for life.